this is the sort of metrics that you need to look at to see, is there potentially going to be a recession on the horizon? And this sort of data suggests that a recession could be avoided. And this would mean that the Federal Reserve isn't actually behind the curve, and that they are actually on top of things. And I think I remain optimistic. And I think even if a 50 basis point rate hike does come in May, that the markets are due for some upside.
So there you go. There you have it. Are we still in line for some upside, even if we get a 50 basis points, hike from the Feds? Basically, in this video, I want to talk about, are we in a bear market? Are we in a bull market? And basically, not everybody really understands a true bear market is a lot of pain. We haven't really experienced a lot of pain yet in the crypto market, but I want to get into this article here, and this was a great article. First Mover America's Bitcoin's 4-year halving cycle may be dead. And many people still kind of up in the air on where we are in the crypto market. I tend to believe we're kind of trading sideways right now, especially amid all of the downward spiral that our world has been in. I mean, really, Bitcoin should be at like 20K right now, in my opinion. Like, given a war and inflation, and here we are at 40,000. Like, I think we're just basically trading sideways. I think it could be a lot worse. But with that being said, you heard the expert here, Paul Brody, just say in this comment that basically, yes, Bitcoin is moving in line in kind of lockstep with the NASDAQ. And also, even if we move to 50 basis points, he sees some more upside coming in the overall broader markets, and crypto is included in that because of some of the things going on with consumer spending. So Bitcoin continued to trade sideways at around 40,000 as the dollar index resumed the uptrend, and the among central banks to hike interest rates intensified. The case for 50 basis points rate hikes from the U.S. Feds next month has strengthened in the wake of Tuesday's hotter than expected inflation data report. But as we just heard from Paul there, that he thinks it really may not really affect the overall crypto market as much as people think. Now, Katie Nalati, director of research at ARCA, had a few things to say that I want to talk about here. And just before I get to her quote, the demand side has strengthened with the entry of institutions and macro traders after the March 2020 crash. They're talking about crypto here. And this is what Katie had to say. There's so much more demand from the traditional world and institutional investors accessing the market that you are just not going to have, like bottoming out of Bitcoin in 2014 and 2018. So basically, ARCA is saying here, we're not going to experience these huge downward spirals. This is just her opinion, by the way, in the crypto market, because there's so much more demand from traditional world and institutional investors into crypto. And it's all happened in the last couple of years. So maybe this is the new bear market. I don't know. We haven't seen enough data yet, guys. So we don't quite know. But if we scroll on down today, I'm seeing really smart people getting involved. Despite the bear run, Talati said, to me, I just feel like we are never going to see that 4-year cycle again, she quipped. So the 4-year halving focused cycle offering easy money is perhaps dead. So this has been something talked about quite a bit recently. Are we still going to follow these traditional 4-year cycles as it relates to Bitcoin halving? Here's what we do know. More and more people are rushing into the space. That is certainly going to influence how Bitcoin has acted in the past, right? We have so much more pressure, both upward and downward in the overall markets, but more and more people are also keeping their money locked away in staking, right? Or hardware wallets. So you don't have a lot of inflow of money coming in and out of exchanges, which is really liquid cash, right? It's very interesting. A lot of things happening at once. And I just wanted to bring you up to speed on this kind of context. And again, Paul Brody says, even if we move up 50 basis points, he still sees some upside in the overall market coming. And we'll see what they do here in terms of hiking the rates in the United States in May. The Reserve Bank of New Zealand already raised the benchmark rate by 50 basis points to 1.5% during Asian trading hours pretty recently. But we'll see what the United States does. And Canada is also due for a similar oversized move later this week, while the European Bank is expected to raise borrowing cost 4 times within the year, according to Bloomberg. So inflation is a real thing, but you notice what Paul said at the top here, that there are some signs that recession could be something that we don't get into, which obviously will be great, right? But okay, that's what I've got for you in the video. A lot of things to kind of digest. I know I'm kind of throwing different things at you all in different areas, but the bottom line is nobody has a real exact answer. Anybody who comes to you and says, I told you we're doing this, we're in this, it's hard because I keep my mind completely open to this because, and I listen to all different perspectives because this is a whole new world for crypto. This is a whole new world. We have no idea. Is this a true bear market right now? Is this just trading sideways? I tend to think we're just trading sideways. Are we in an elongated bull market? It's hard to tell. We're going to find out one way or another, but I wanted to bring you up to speed, give you some other perspectives here to consider. Thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate it. Cheers, everybody. Have a good one. Bye. Oh, hit that like button too on your way out. Subscribe too. See you.